Hi Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is going to be your reading. Again, I am going to timestamp and break every sign down. So I am going to do Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And they will be timestamped in case there's some confusion with that. So who am I going to start with? I feel like there's a Zen energy coming for all three water signs right now. I feel like there's a need to connect back into the water element. Maybe if you can be around water, like a lake or a stream, it might help you ground during this time period. Or maybe it's just significant to wherever you're at right now. So what are we going to start with? Let's start with Pisces. Pisces, I feel like you're fighting the urge of energy depletion. It's like you're fighting I almost just said fighting the power. You're fighting resistance right now. I don't know if energetically you're worn out or if people around you are wearing you out, but it's like you're persevering through something. And it's some type of energy because it's not something physical, it's something energetic. Maybe you're carrying a lot of weight, a lot of stress. Job changes. Maybe you changed your job. There we go. So, I feel like this is a time for you, Pisces. First of all, you're seeing some type of reflection. You're seeing some type of, you're seeing beyond some type of illusion here. You could be dealing with somebody, could be family, friends, coworkers, but there's something that you're seeing some type of, you're seeing beyond the illusion. It's like somebody's a reflection of you, or something is a reflection of you. This is very cryptic. I feel like you're starting to apply a lot of tools that you've been given over time, but it's time to implement them because you've been through a lot. You've been through some type of transformation, and it's like you've been through the lessons. It's time to implement. It's time to implement them and integrate them. It's time to take those lessons that you've learned and get the wisdom out of it and move forward. Again, I felt that stress coming in. We have the stress card here. I feel like you're trying to do too many things at once. You're balancing too many things at once. Be aware of somebody around you who is not out for your best interest. Like this person is, they could be somebody, like, I almost just wanted to say a brown noser. Like, I don't know what term that is though. I feel like that's a term for someone who's nosy. I don't know what that means because I don't say that. So if that, I don't know if that's significant to somebody, but it's like a nosy. I feel like it has to do with somebody who's very nosy. Somebody who's always up in your business. Somebody who's always trying to figure something out. Somebody who's always trying to like figure out what you're up to or what you're doing. Like they keep an eye on you, but like secretly they're envious or they're jealous or they don't want to see you succeed. So just be aware of that person around you because you're seeing beyond some type of an illusion. But you're also in the course of like balancing and juggling a lot of things right now. So there's a need to take some time out, a need to breathe, and a need to ground yourself. There's something that's taking place. It's like I feel like somebody's just going against the grain here. I feel like somebody's just basically saying fuck it. And they're like, I'm going to do my own thing and I don't give a shit about, you know, what happens in the midst. Not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's like somebody's getting into that energy. It's like a rebel energy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Aquarius, where it's like, oh, you think you're going to tell me what to do? I'm going to do it my way. Like, oh, I'll do it your way, but I'm going to do it my way. Like, it's kind of like one of those energies where I feel like you're realizing, Pisces, that you might be in some type of environment or situation where you're forced to do all these juggling acts and you're like, I'm done. And it's like you're taking a leap of faith and you're just like, you're saying screw it and you're going. Because you've seen something, you've recognized some type of illusion, you've seen beyond some type of an illusion, you've seen beyond it. This is very like transcendental. Transcendental. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I want to put this up so that you can see it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's like a need to trust. It's like you're taking a leap of faith and you're just like, you're going for it. You're done doing whatever this is. You're done in the circus. I just heard the term, it's like a saying that I've heard people say throughout the course of my life, where people say that, what is it? Not my monkeys, not my circus. I feel like you're kind of taking that stand with something. You're like, not my monkeys, not my circus. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm going after what it is that I want to go after. Yeah, because you're being called to do something, or you're being called to integrate something. And I was pulled to mention dolphins earlier because I have a dolphin lamp here that I felt so, there it is. I have like this dolphin lamp here that I felt like I had to turn on while I was doing your reading. And I was like, oh, dolphins are kind of significant, but I don't remember if I said it out loud or not. But here they are again. I feel like these came out for the earth signs yesterday too, the dolphins. So you could be connecting with somebody who is an earth sign. But you're being guided to a situation, you're being guided to a new soul tribe, and you're also being guided to like new situations, new lifestyles, new lifestyle choices. And you're basically just taking the bull by the horns. Could be dealing with a Taurus, or maybe you have strong Taurus in your chart. But you're getting very stubborn with something because it's like you've seen beyond the illusion. It's like you recognize what it is that you have to do. You have all the tools that are necessary to do something. You have the education. You have the wisdom. You have the inner knowing. It's time to take a leap of faith. But you're going to have to do it in kind of a rebellious manner, or at least that's your approach to it. It's going to be kind of in a rebellious manner. But it's going to end up positive because it's like you're listening to your inner voice. You're following your inner guidance. And you're being guided to something very pure. So the new vision card came out, and that to me talks about mastery. So this for me like really talks about mastering all of life's obstacles, staying grounded, grounding your emotions, staying open, aware. That's really what it talks to me about. It kind of like talks to me also about a completion and beginning of something new. It's like you've rooted yourself into something, you've figured something out. There was some type of systematic, geometric approach to something. I don't know if you're one of those people who really enjoy that kind of stuff with geometry and different things like that, like mathematics and the science and stuff. But there's some type of like equation that you've put together, and it's like some formula that you've formulated, and you're like, this is how I'm going to do this. There's also a need to be receptive and to stay fully open and aware. There's also an energy here about blending in with your environment. It's kind of like that camouflage. So I don't know if you're feeling like you need to camouflage yourself from something just for the time being, for the sake of your own healing. But I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, because I feel like it's connected to whatever leap of faith you're about to take. There's some type of a leap of faith that's also coming towards you, and it might have to do with messaging. You could reach out to somebody, and it's like a leap of faith where you're like, okay, here I go. But again, with that direct reflection, I keep getting pulled back to that. So we have cornucopia. This talks to me about life's abundances. Living that happy cornucopia, having all your needs met, being happy, serene, content. You've worked hard for something. Wow. So you're connecting with somebody for sure. Could be another earth sign or water sign. Gemini. This person could be strong Gemini. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here for me as a reader. You're either unlocking unconditional love within yourself to recognize life's little abundances, like you're taking that time to recognize that you hold all of that love. You hold all of that unconditional love. You are unconditional love. It's like recognizing that you hold that. It's never been taken away from you. It's always been there. But then this on the other side, on the flip side, you could be connecting with somebody who wants to offer and build this with you. Because we do have the 2 at the top, or the 11, and then the 44. So that's 2 synchronized numbers. I see this as a 1 and a 1, so this could be 11. Again, I don't have my glasses on. Looks like 11 to me. Here, just so that everybody can see it. I feel like somebody's looking at something and they recognize that they can have something with another person. It's like there's a feminine energy on the board who recognizes that they can have some type of success with someone, but there's some type of transformation that's been involved here. It's like 2 people had to go through some type of serious growth in order to get something. But I'm also picking up on this energy where it's like I feel like you're also recognizing it within yourself. You're like, I hold the key to love. I hold unconditional love. Like, I have to access it within myself. I have to be love. Like, I am love. What is it? The prayer of St. Francis? Is that it? St. Francis prayer? I don't know what that is. I just heard that. I don't know if that's a significant thing to somebody, like that prayer in specific. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but I just heard St. Francis's prayer. So again, that could be a message for somebody. Pisces, I also kind of feel like you've been isolated for a period of time. There's somebody who connects a lot to fairies as well. And what are they? Fairies and all those energy beings. I can't think of what the proper name is. I just see a lot of fairies, fairy energy. Somebody could be very fairy-like. You could view a feminine energy as a fairy, like they're very fairy-like. Fairy. This person likes pastel colors, or that's like what they wear right now. Purple is also significant. But Pisces, I feel like there's a connection here, though. Let me pull some more cards. I feel like you're in the process of discovering some type of new abundance, and I feel like you're going to meet somebody, or somebody's going to... It's like somebody's either right in front of you and you don't see it quite yet, or you're going to meet somebody, and it's like this is going to be on the table. So I feel like your intuition is like going off right now. Like your intuition is on fire. There's a huge focus right now with whatever intuitive messages or insights that you're getting. It's like you know something's coming. You know something's unraveling. This hasn't been clear to you yet. This is something that's not clear to you. You might feel it and you might know it's coming and you're like, oh, I feel something. Like I feel the presence of someone else's energy around me, but I don't know what it is. Like, honest to God, you might even be like, I'm haunted. But like the thing, is like, I don't know your situation, obviously, but if you're feeling that presence, it's either like your ancestors and your guides, or this is this other person's energy that's around you, because it's like you guys are in some type of mirroring situation. And I feel like this came out for earth signs, possibly, but there's something about divine timing and patience with this, where something might not be revealed quite yet. There's a contract. We have contract at the bottom of the deck. Something is getting balanced out. Door to romance. See what I'm saying? 33, 44, and 11. So you have 1, 1, 4, 4, 3, 3. That's insane. There's a contract with romance and love. It's not clear yet. It's not quite here yet. There's patience that's involved with something. Somebody's looking at something, they're thinking about something, I just heard mulling something over. I don't know what that means, mulching something over. Somebody needs to get out of a situation that causes them a lot of stress because there's a juggling act going on, and I feel like that's you, Pisces. I feel like you're juggling too many different things. I feel like you might be in a pretty serious job field and then have a lot going on at home, and then trying to remain social with your friends, and then trying to go out and do stuff, and then trying to, like, you know, dedicate self-care time, and maybe you do spiritual practices, so it's like finding time to meditate, finding time to connect with nature. Like, you're trying to find all this time to do stuff. Ground yourself and put all your ducks in a row. That's what I just heard. Put your ducks in a row. One thing at a time. There could be some fresh energy that's coming towards you, a new opportunity. Or somebody even a little bit younger could be coming towards you. Some type of passion. You might get asked to help with something crafty. You might get help. You might get asked to help do something in an event. Like put it together, or like decorate, or work on something creative and productive. I feel like it's a really good idea to get out and do that with, if it's a community, if it's a circle of friends. I feel like it would be really good for you. So the Three of Swords actually came out in reverse, and none of my cards in my deck are reversed. So this is significant. So I feel like you've healed from a situation. You're moving forward. You're leaving it in the past. You're like, I'm not going to deal with this heartbreak anymore. You're recognizing something. You're done juggling. You're done doing it. You're doing the damn thing. Chariot. Moving forward at a very quick pace. Eight of Cups. See, whatever it was that you were doing, it's not that you were unhappy, it's just that you know that there was more out there for you. So it's like you might have been content juggling and doing all these things for whatever reason, but it's like you knew that the true emotional fulfillment, you had to leave whatever it was that you were doing. You had to end a cycle to start a new cycle, to go after the Ten of Cups. So you're making that progress, you're making that decision to move forward. And that's why I feel like this might not be revealed yet with this feminine energy. If you're a masculine Pisces, you're connecting to a feminine energy here at a distance. They haven't revealed something quite yet because they're still in the process of going after what emotionally fulfills them. There's some type of decision that involves walking away from something. And again, Pisces, this can be you, where you're deciding to walk away from all the chaos and you're deciding to ground yourself. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. So that tells me that somebody's releasing something that's come to a full close. It's like I just heard the chapter's over. There's some type of chapter in your life that's over. It's time for you to close the door on it. Could have been with a fire sign. Sneaky behavior. This is somebody who you dealt with in the past. We have Hermit, Virgo energy here. And the Four of Pentacles. So somebody could be coming out of a hermit type of energy. Somebody could have been soul searching for a significant amount of time. They were holding on to some type of heartache, to some type of pain in the past. However, they're moving away from that and they're letting it go. They've soul searched. It's like this person knows what they have to do, whether that's you, Pisces, or the person who you're connecting with. Somebody who had a lot going on in their life. They were juggling. This person could have been a Virgo with strong Taurus or strong water placement. If you were connecting with someone, again, this could have been somebody at a distance. This person did a lot of soul searching. They healed from a situation. They're moving forward. They're releasing what no longer serves them. They're releasing whatever they were holding on to. And there's some sadness. We have the Five of Cups. Feeling left out in a situation. It could be you or the person that you're connecting with. I feel like this is the person that you're connecting with. It's like they're feeling like they've missed out on something. Ten of Swords. Somebody thinks that something came to a complete ending. Or this is, again, a chapter closed. Some type of chapter has been closed, and it could have been mental conflict. Three of Pentacles, so Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. I don't know if somebody's coming towards you, Pisces, or if you're going towards somebody else. But if you feel like you missed an opportunity with an individual, you're going to somehow come out of whatever funk this is, and you're going to make moves. Like, you're going to strategize on how to plant seeds. And you could be connecting with an Empress type of energy, somebody who has a foundation, somebody who you view as very grounded, very stable, very nurturing. They could own a business. This person could even have a family. But I feel like somebody soul searched and also let go of this energy. So if somebody just comes out of the blue and they like message you, but it's a little bit mysterious and vague, they're coming at you with some type of strategy. I don't know what this is. There's love on the board. Like, I feel like you have the intuition and the wisdom to know who this person is when they come forward, but there's some type of like immaturity attached to this, where like it might take this, like this person might come back towards you with their tail between their legs. Like, I don't know what that means. So I don't know if this person just has like a bruised ego, but they look at either you or the person who you're connecting with looks at one another as the Empress. So either this person looks at you as the Empress, where you're just chilling and you're grounded and you're like, I'm not worrying about nothing. Like, I'm just minding my own business. Like, I'm not stressed. I'm not going through any changes. Like, if you're 100% solid in where you are, then you're this Empress energy, and this is what's coming towards you. However, if you're on the opposite end and you're like going through a lot emotionally and you're up and you're down and things are changing and you're feeling pulled in 8 different directions, you're going through a massive transformation, because I feel like you're going to go through an epiphany moment, and I feel like something's going to be revealed. But you're also going to gain some type of clarity that's going to give you the healing that you need to move forward to go after your 10 of Cups. And I feel like you already know where your 10 of Cups is. It's like you already know who this person is to you. It's like you already know it, but you just need to heal from something. So the Page of Swords is here. So I feel like there's some type of message that's going to be coming. Either you, Pisces, are going to be reaching out to somebody, or you've been kind of like watching somebody. But this is a messenger for me, because the Page of Swords is a messenger. This is clear communication. So I feel like if you're in this Empress energy, you're going to get some type of message. It might not be exactly clear at first, especially with the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is my illusionary card. There's something like mysterious about it, but there's love here. I just feel like this person needs to just like give themselves some time to heal, because somebody sees a direct reflection. It's like somebody knows that they could have a lot of happiness and abundance with somebody. They know that they can have it, but there's something that somebody needs to make the choice and walk away from. There's something that somebody needs to heal from. There's really no negative cards that are on the board. It just seems like somebody has a lot of fear, and it could be fear of judgment, it could be fear of failure, it could be fear of rejection. I'm not sure what this is, but it's like this person's very cautious on how they're approaching this, or how they're approaching this message. You have the 4 of Swords with the World right underneath of it. Somebody went through some type of major completion, and it's like this person has to take time out and heal. There's something that's put this person out. Like, this person could have even gotten, like, I don't want to say sick, but it's like this person could have made themselves sick because they were doing so much. So if that's you, Pisces, make sure you're taking care of yourself, and make sure that you're releasing what no longer serves you to get out of that juggling energy, so that you can find that peace, because there's love here. It just seems like really chaotic, and I feel like you're meshing in with somebody else's energy. Like, I feel like I'm reading for 2 different people, but I'm also reading for a crowd of people, you know what I mean? Because there's so many different people who, you know, potentially could view this video, and it resonate for them. So this is a general reading, so again, I do apologize if it is a little bit confusing, but the energies are really blurred together right now for you guys, Pisces. So I'm not sure if, like, physically, like, you might not even be feeling like yourself. Like, you might actually be feeling this other person's energy and not even realizing it, but, like, you're feeling the symptoms of it, where it's like you might feel nauseous, you might have anxiety, and you're like, why can't I sleep at night? Like, I was sleeping fine a couple days ago. Like, I don't have anything going on. Like, If you've eliminated all of that, then it's like you're an empath and you're picking up on this other person because they're coming in towards you. So it's like protect your energy, take an Epsom salt bath, relax, use essential oils. Oregano and thyme are really good when your immune system's down. You can use olive oil as a carrier oil. It's great. So yeah, and if you like this, the scent of like cinnamon, you can use thieves oil. That's a blend. It's really good for colds and like feeling sick. Like it always makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside whenever I have it. I just saw 25 when I said that. Anyway, so we're gonna move on. That was Pisces was first, and we'll do Cancer next. So we'll do 25, 45, Cancer. Okay. All right. So yeah, hang in there, guys. Take an Epsom salt bath. Take some time for yourself. Find new passions. You have some type of passion coming towards you. You have romance coming towards you. It's just somebody has a lot of fear and anxiety when it comes to stepping into something. I'm not quite sure what that means, but maybe it'll play out in the other reads, right? Because that seems to be a pattern here. But that's okay. Because I watch sometimes I'll watch like my signs and like they don't resonate for me, but that's because I'm not in that energy. Like, yeah, I might be an Aquarius, but I'm not always in Aquarius energy. Like sometimes I'm in fire energy, you know, or sometimes I'm in earth energy, or sometimes I'm feeling emotional. Believe it or not, Aquarians can get emotional. They're actually very emotional people. They feel a lot, you know. Whoa! Cancer. Thunderbolt. Let me pull one more card on this. I can't tell if this is a tower moment or if this is like a full reset. Oh, this is a reset. Okay, so Cancer, wow. You guys are... Alright, so Cancers, if you guys are experiencing physical symptoms where you guys are like, I know this might be too much information, but, you know, some people need to hear it because it's symptoms that they might be experiencing. So, Cancer, you guys might be experiencing different feelings within your body. Like, you might be having digestive issues, you might be having, like, weird back pain, you might be having, like, you might be physically detoxing from your environment. So like if you have had a poor diet in the last like say month or so, like your body is going to purge it, because I feel like you're getting some type of like an attunement almost from the universe. Like you're becoming attuned to something that's going to help you wrap up a cycle in your life, and it could have to do with your health. So there's a community of people that are coming around you or that you might come to meet in the next month or so who are going to help you along in this process. But there's a huge focus on your health and changing your lifestyle. Like you're at the end of a chapter when it comes to lifestyle changes. So it's like things are being brought to your attention, like your teeth, your throat, your heart, your like digestive tract. Like all these things are being brought to your attention, and it's like you're purging certain things. Because, you know, when we go through trauma and when we go through hard environments and stuff, and when we're in high stress situations, like, believe it or not, trauma actually stays in our body. So if you're living in a high stress situation for a prolonged period of time, those resentments and that anger, it forms in your body, and it actually penetrates throughout time. If it doesn't get taken care of, you have these resentments and angers and all those heavy emotions, like they will penetrate your auroric field, your energy field. They will penetrate it, and it will come closer and closer and closer to you, and then all of a sudden you'll start to feel sick, or you'll get a cold, and it's like, oh, why am I so, because I was stressed out. Well, now hit the pause button, okay? Because you're stressed out What are you holding on to? What are you holding on to that's giving you a negative, heavy emotion, anger, resentment, sadness? Like, you have to find these things in your body, which is why guided meditation is really good, because you can go to like your solar plexus or your stomach, and you can sit with your stomach and you can ask your stomach, like, you know, what are you holding on to, or what's bothering you? And if you tune in and listen to your body, it will tell you exactly what it is. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a trauma, it could be an event that happened when you were a child that you completely forgot about, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was holding that in my stomach, and all this time I thought that I had a food allergy, or I thought that I had this, or I thought I had that. You recognize that as you pull these things out of you, and you recognize them, because see what happens when you recognize these things that build up in your body that cause you stress and resentment and anger, like as you recognize all of these emotions and people who you're holding on to, when you recognize it and you acknowledge it, it pulls it out. And it's like, okay, I know that I'm angry. I'll use an example. So say, for example, you didn't have a good relationship with one of your parents as a kid. And so all throughout your life, you've struggled to have a good relationship with them. That over time manifests and can affect your physical body, because all your life you've held on to some type of resentment or anger, or, you know, sadness and sorrow connecting to that parent who you didn't have a good relationship with. So that stress manifested in your body, like that's how it happens, is it manifests in your body, especially when you experience something for a prolonged period of time. So if you're going through therapy, or you're going through some type of healing work, and you're pulling these things out, and you're recognizing what you've been holding on to and what you've been carrying for so long, you're going to feel those physical symptoms release, and you're going to feel your physical body actually detox from holding on to all of those things. Because, like, we could hold on to something for 35 years and not have any recollection of it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was holding on to that. Like, what? Like, I'm still upset about that, or I'm still mad at my mom for that, or I'm still mad at my brother for that, or I'm still mad at my aunt for that. Like, whoever it is. Like, it forms in your body, and it causes dis-ease. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys are taking a very healthful approach, where you're like, okay, let me figure out what's going on in my body, where are my resentments, where's my anger, you're checking in with yourself. You're like, okay, how does my stomach feel? What's my stomach asking? What is my stomach trying to tell me? What is my heart saying? What is my heart trying to tell me? Where am I holding on to this? It's like you're practicing doing a body scan on yourself, and you're like, okay, that's what that pain is. Because I can tell you, I've done a body scan myself a couple times in just working with my teacher, who, like, we do spiritual stuff together. I don't know what to refer to her as, other than, I guess, a mentor. She's been teaching me a lot of really awesome techniques, and one of the things that we did was a body scan. And we went into a meditation, like a meditative state. You got to get into those theta waves in your brain. And what I saw in my physical body that I was holding on to just absolutely blew me away, because I would have never guessed that I would have had any type of resentment, or I would have never guessed that I was even still upset about that. So you'd be surprised at what you will find out when you tap in and listen. I mean, really, really listen to your body and listen to what it's telling you. Because here's a really good example. If you ever get like chest pain and then somebody calls you and you notice that that's a pattern where every time you're about to get this phone call from this person, you'll feel anxiety, that's a clue. Like, that is a clue for you. Like, oh, why do I get anxiety right before this person calls me all the time? That's a clue, because it's in your physical body, it's in your aura, it's in your energy field. And you can take it out, you can get it removed. Like, it's not hard. It's not a lengthy process. Like, it's doable. You know, you can either go to a Reiki practitioner, or you can go to any type of anybody who does any type of energy work will be able to help with that. And honestly, you can do it yourself if you have the right tools to do so. There are guided meditations that you can get. There are essential oils that help for it. Epsom salt baths really help with that. And just finding it within your own body. Like, just remember, like, you have your own power just as much as somebody else has, you know, special gifts. Like, you have your own abilities just as much as the next person. So don't feel helpless if you know that this is going on within you. Practice on yourself. Like, ask your angels and ask your guides to help you remove these resentments, help you remove these things from your body. Ask your guides to help you, because I'm telling you, it will work. Not everybody does things by the book, and not everybody does things the perfect way or the right way. But, you know, having a little bit of guidance and, you know, doing some research and looking stuff up and making sure that, you know, you have the right information in front of you is extremely helpful. And it's knowing that you have that capability within yourself just as much as you can go and get somebody to help you with it. Because some people don't have access to that. And obviously financial reasons play a part in that. It's like some people just can't afford that. So, like, what I would recommend for people who can't afford going to a Reiki practitioner and stuff would be to do the Epsom salt bath and to do your own body scan. Like, put on peaceful music, meditative music, or even a guided meditation that's oriented around body scans, you know. And just scan and ask your angels and your guides to protect you, and obviously, you know, pray. And what I do is open up sacred space, which is, you know, just asking that my angels and my guides and everybody who I source from and connect with be there, and that it be protected and that I be safe, and, you know, you do your thing. And just ask them to remove that from you. And if you can find it in your physical body, you can even physically move your hands in a motion where you're pulling it out. Where that alone, that motion of pulling your hands out, like pulling your hands out like this, like pulling out, like that energy right there, going like this, pulling energy out, like I'm getting hot, like just doing this, like I can feel my energy just pulling, like that is going to help open that up and pull that energy out. So, wow, that's only 2 cards. Okay. So, again, you've come to the completion of cycle. I can't believe I just dropped all my cards again. So, I feel like you're at the completion of a cycle here. And I feel like it's like you're tuning into the inner guidance. You're tuning into the inner voice. This is going to be a very spiritual time for you guys, Cancers. Anybody who is in Cancerian energy, I just feel like you guys are really stepping into your power. You're really acknowledging your power and recognizing that you're having a breakthrough. You're having a moment of clarity. There's something that requires patience for you, but you're being released of something, some type of bondage. You're being released of some type of bondage this month. You're taking action towards something. You're working on your heart space, your heart chakra. You're moving towards that healing. You might have some outside conflict, but I feel like this is more of a tower moment of breaking down old structures and beliefs so that new ones can be built. But your intuition is on fire right now. Like, whatever your intuition is telling you, you need to listen to it, because you're going through a healing process. This is beside, like, you're not even connecting with anybody outside of this. Like, this is 100% about you, Cancers. Whoever's in Cancerian energy, you're going through, like, an awakening process. You're going through some type of an ascension, but it involves your physical body, where your physical body is purging. So you could be sweating a lot, you could be having anxiety, you could be, again, having digestive issues, and you're just like, what is going on? But it's because you're pulling out those heavy energies that I was talking about. Like, you're pulling out that stuff that doesn't belong there. You're purifying your auroric field again. You're purifying your energy. You're connecting with people who are healthy for you. You're connecting with people who are assisting you along the way, and you're completing a cycle that's been very hard for you to do. But you're tuning in, and you're listening to the inner wisdom. You're listening to your inner guidance, and you're balancing yourself out. It's like you're finding your own power. This is beautiful. You're finding your own power is really what it is. Yeah, door to value. It's like you're going to be very prosperous at whatever you do. This is more than just financial things to me. This is like, door to value for me is like the key to success. Like, this is being stable, to have a foundation in order to build on that foundation of value and building that structure. So that's beautiful. I mean, the message for you Cancers is really clear and simple, straight to the point. You could have a new opportunity that's coming towards you. Oh, my cards just fell. If you're having conflict with people around you right now, it's going to subside. Just don't worry about it. Like, I'm hearing, like, mind your own business. What's theirs is theirs. High Priestess energy here, listening to your intuitions. Yeah, you're desiring something from the past. There's something, but I feel like this is memories of the past being memories of self-comfort. Like, that might not make any sense to some people, but I feel like this is like desiring a confidence, desiring independence, desiring the ability to be happy within oneself again. It's following that intuition and getting back to that place, balancing out a situation for wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups here. We go from the Six of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. So you're really balancing something, because the Six of Cups is Six of Pentacles, like that's 66. So in the end, you're gonna get what you're going to be successful in the end with whatever it is that you're going towards. There's just a need for you to balance between the past and the present, and there's a need to balance what it is that you're working towards when it comes to your wish fulfillment. Like, what is your wish fulfillment? Like, you're tuning in to figure that out. Like, that's why I feel like a lot of the foundations around you right now are breaking down so that this can come in, so that you can align yourself with whatever this is. Because you have a King of Cups energy here, so this is either you or this is somebody who's coming towards you in the near future. I did not pick up on an energy that was in your field prior to pulling out the tarot. So I'm going to say that this is either somebody from the future who is like who you're aligning with, where it's like that unconditional love, somebody who's emotionally stable, emotionally grounded, somebody who's in touch with their emotions, or this is you stepping into that energy and having the Ten of Cups here, because there's a Nine of Cups and the King of Cups with a cup in his hand. So that's having emotional fulfillment. Just be careful if you drink or if you go out and do anything like that. Like, be careful with how much you're drinking. Be careful with how much you're sharing. Be careful with people from the past. You could be receiving communication from somebody who's a water sign, such as yourself, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This again, be careful if you're out drinking, because you might have somebody hit you up from the past who wants to balance something out. Obviously, make sure you're in the right frame of mind. If you're not doing that, then I feel like there's something that's coming towards you that's going to be balanced out. And this is either going to be like spiritual insight, like an epiphany moment that you're going to have, where it's like you're going to chase after your wish fulfillment, or this is somebody who's going to communicate this and come towards you. Because it's a lot of emotion and a lot of passion. We have the Nine of Pentacles again. So this could be, for me, finding that confidence, finding that independence. It's like really getting comfortable within yourself, really finding happiness in where you are, finding happiness in the moment right now, working towards what it is that you're working towards. And we have the Queen of Cups. Wow, we have a court couple on the board. So I feel like you could be in the process right now of balancing out the masculine energy and the feminine energy within your own chart, but you could also be aligning with somebody who in your near future is going to want to offer you a lot of emotion. It's like, as you do this work on yourself, like, you're going to bypass like a lot of the bullshit that a lot of people go through when it comes to relationships, because it seems like somebody's just aligning with the right person, and they're doing it the right way by putting the time in and the work in on themselves and holding off until the right person comes to them. Because there's some type of insight and spiritual awareness to this. There's like an epiphany moment that's attached to this. And I'm just not quite sure how. It's a little bit illusionary for me. So it might not be clear to you just yet. So yeah, I say keep doing what you're doing. That's cool as shit. So we have, who's next? Scorpio. 4504. Yeah, that's cool as shit. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sorry to keep hitting that camera. I'm getting such a hot flash right now. Whew. I don't like that. I hate hot flashes. Scorpio. Scorpio. It's better. I see the Tower card, Scorpio. I feel like something's going to reveal itself, or something's going to be broken down. Something is growing. There's a serious focus of the balance between the masculine and the feminines right now. Somebody, this could be for a feminine who's in Scorpio energy. I feel like this is North Node Scorpio. There's something with North Node here. Somebody is flowering into their purpose, flowering and blossoming into their highest potential. It's like somebody's aligning with their true self, aligning with their passion, aligning with all the colors. Like, there's so much color. Like, look at both of these cards. Like, they're so pretty. Like, there's so much color on these. And there's so much peace and contentment there. I'm being pulled back to the dolphins, so dolphins could be significant for somebody during this time. Maybe a spirit animal or a power animal. Wow. So you guys have also come to the completion and mastery of something. Holy shit, Scorpio. I feel like you guys have... Wow. Scorpio, this is crazy. I just like wanted to get emotional for you guys. I don't even know why. I feel like you guys have hit like a new platform. Like you guys have hit like a new destination, a new, I almost just said dimension. Like you guys have accessed something. You've unlocked something. It's like this inner wisdom, this inner knowledge, like you're flourishing. Like you are just growing and blossoming. You've mastered something. You've broke through something. You've completed something. You might have met like a new community of people who have helped you do this. But I just feel like you've just like, you've upped the game. Like, I don't know what this is. I feel like a lot of people might be looking at you right now and like they're admiring you. And some people might even be like a little bit intimidated by your happiness or by your growth. Like people are recognizing your growth. And they're seeing it for what it is. Like, people are seeing you for you. They're not seeing you for all the shit in the past. Like, I don't know if somebody maybe... I don't know if somebody just had a hard time when they were younger, where it's just like they just had, like, a hard last, like, 20-something years, 10 years, 15 years. Like... Their life has just been so hard. Like they've had to battle for their own independence, battle for their identity, battle for what's theirs. Like they've had to battle for what's already rightfully theirs. And since you've been put through all of this, it's like you've just completely broken through and shattered this like glass ceiling that I feel like somebody had over top of them, where they just didn't feel like they could grow. They didn't feel like they could flourish. They didn't feel like they could do anything. And I really like, it makes me want to like get emotional and cry because like, I feel like this person just felt so hopeless. And it's like, will I ever even be able to get out of this? Will I ever be able to exceed? Will I ever find this? Will I ever be able to do this? And I don't know if that stems from, like, their childhood of just not feeling good enough or not being told that they're good enough. Or, like, it's something that's connected with that, like, limiting beliefs, but, like, it's like this person is shattering through a glass ceiling. They're shattering through all of the limitations and like conditionings that have been put on them. Like, they've just totally shattered it, and they're just like breaking through with like so much relief and spunk and passion. It's like somebody finally gets a passion back. They finally get that back. I don't know if maybe somebody felt like they were robbed of it, where they just, maybe you went through a portion of your life where like you thought that you were super depressed, and you just like didn't have any passion. Like, you couldn't find motivation, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, you couldn't hold a job, you couldn't find anything you liked. It was just like one thing after another. Like, it just wasn't good enough for you. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that because in your heart you knew it wasn't good enough for you. And you're like, I don't want that. I don't want that. That's not what I want. Like, why am I not passionate about this? Or maybe you went through shorter time periods in your life where you were like, oh, I'm really passionate about this, and then all of a sudden it falls off. And you're like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. It's like there was always a pattern with that, where it's like, oh, you would get really passionate and then it would go away, and then you would get passionate and then it would go away. It was never consistent. You're stepping into an energy now, Scorpio, where it's going to be consistent. And this might be more for people who have other placements in Scorpio. Like, this might not be correlating immediately with Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Like, this might be more like North Node Scorpio, or I'm hearing Chiron. I'm not sure what placement that is. I don't even know where mine is. I know, right? I know, right? I feel like I should know these things. But you're stepping into this like beautiful new energy of just freedom. Like, you're having freedom from all the shit that you've put up with, all the turmoil, all the glass ceiling expectations, where you're gonna shatter that fucking glass ceiling, and you're gonna fucking succeed. Like, excuse my language, but you're just gonna fucking give it to them. Like, I don't know who the hell told you that you weren't good enough, or who the hell told you that you couldn't do something, but it's like you are shattering it. And you're like, fuck you, I'm going to do it better than you, and I'm going to do it the best of my ability because I know I can. And it's not to prove that you're better than somebody, it's because you know that it's meant for you. And there's a difference. Like, I'm not saying that this person's cocky or that they're pompous or anything like that. There's no arrogance here. This person deserves to feel this. This person deserves to be like, I fucking did this. They deserve it. Like, this person has been working their ass off and fighting tooth and nail just to be themselves. And it's like this person has had their identity stripped from them over and over and over again. Like, told that they couldn't do things, told that they couldn't pursue things, like any creative passion that they ever wanted to do, they were told they couldn't do it. It's like this person is unlocking something that has held them back, that was like a blockage. But it was like a glass ceiling. So it was like this person couldn't see it until they hit the top. And then they were like, this is what the fuck has been holding me back. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if you, like, whoever I'm connecting with, like, they say the F word a lot. Like, but this person has a right to. Like, they're pissed. I'd be pissed too if I've been held down my whole life. It's like basically planting a tree and putting a dome over top of it. Like, that tree is never going to grow if you have a dome over top of it. You see what I'm saying? So this person is breaking through the fucking dome, and they're getting into the sunlight, and they are fucking flourishing. And it's like this person deserves the recognition, and they deserve to be up on that platform, even if it's just for a little while. This person deserves that acknowledgement and that recognition, so congratulations to you for doing that. That is so badass. Like, we have adjacent possibilities and door to value. So these are so many new possibilities that are opening up to you. So many career opportunities, so many new passions, so many new directions that you could go. And all of it is prosperous. All of it leads to a financial stability. All of it leads to the ability to build a foundation. You have the fourth chakra here. And that tells me that it's like somebody's breaking open. Wow, did you see how that just whipped out? It was the attachments card and the magician and the mirror. It's like somebody is releasing it and they're saying, fuck this, I'm out. Again, excuse my language, but it's just, it's the energy I'm feeling, and I'm gonna just give it to you like I hear it. Somebody's heart chakra, like you might have been experiencing a lot of pain in your chest, a lot of sternum pain, and it's like it could have felt muscular skeletal. I don't know if I pronounced that the right way, but this feeling is it's your heart chakra. Like you've had so many blockages and so many things like blocking your heart space and blocking your heart chakra that it's been like struggling to light up. It's been struggling to like get the juice it needs to just light up. And now it's finally getting the juice it needs. So you've had anxiety in the past over releasing a situation, but it's okay because you're going to do it. You've been aware. This could be your epiphany moment. Like this read could be an epiphany moment for you, but you're going to receive some type of epiphany moment where you're going to realize, holy shit, I got to take this mask off and I got to cut these chains because this is what's giving me anxiety. Like, I have to get myself out of this situation right now. Like, you're recognizing that you have that power, kind of like with Cancer, where in Cancer's reading, they were recognizing that they hold the power in themselves, that they can do it themselves. And I feel like this is kind of similar, where it's like, you're receiving so much love and support from angels and from your guides and whoever you source and connect with. Like, honestly, like whoever you connect with, the universe, the stars, the moon, the planets, the everything, like the fairies, the plants, the creatures, the furry ones, like everyone is supporting you along the way. Like nature could be very attracted to you. You could be like a magnet right now, where it's like you go outside and it's like birds are around you and you're like, oh my gosh, every time I walk outside there's birds around me, or oh my gosh, my pets just want to be right with me, like all the time. Like that's because you're vibrating at a vibration of love and they're picking up on that. And as you walk outside and you vibrate on that level, you're going to attract that back to you. So you're putting it in action. That's beautiful. You're putting it in action and you're feeling it and you're living it, and that is what matters. I feel like someone is just stepping into their purpose. Slowly, but surely. This person's not somebody who rushes. They like to take their time. Rightfully so. Angel of Strength. They've been through a lot. This person's had to go through a lot. They could have a connection. We have carrying connections at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be coming towards you in the near future. But right now I feel like this is about you getting on your purpose, stepping confidently into your path, and knowing that there is no glass ceiling. The sky is the limit for you. Just go. Just grow. Like flourish, blossom. Like get that freaking dome off of you and just flourish. You don't need to be in a greenhouse. Be outside. You see what I'm saying? Like don't put yourself in a dome if you don't need to be. Like, this is beautiful. I'm gonna leave it right there. Just kidding. I'm gonna pull some tarot. Like, I'm just like, this is beautiful. So, we have the Hierophant. Oh, and the Devil. Wow. Okay. The way I said that was kind of funny. Hold on a second. All my cards are all disheveled. Okay. I feel like somebody, again, has the angel and the devil on their shoulder. And it's like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I feel like this person is mastering both energies because, you know, believe it or not, we have to have both in order to coexist. So, I feel like this person is mastering both energies within themselves. They're mastering heavy energy and they're mastering light energy. Because I don't like to say bad energy or good energy. It's heavy and it's light to me. It's either heavy energy or it's light energy. Now, if you want to go further into like what I refer to stuff as, I refer to it as hucha, which is heavy. Again, heavy energy is hucha, and Sammy is light energy. So if I say those terms, that's what that means. It just comes, that's how I was taught, so, and that's what resonates with me. So I feel like somebody has managed to work through that hoocha that they carry. Because, again, everybody carries hoocha and Sammy. Like, everybody carries, and it's like we recycle all this energy all day long, especially empaths. We recycle energy all day long. And sometimes when we get too much heavy energy or hoocha, we get stuck, we get sick. Like what I was saying in Cancer's read, we get sick and we feel it in our body. And so we got to remove that, and we got to replace it with light energy. And we got to bring in the light to push out the heavy. Bring in the light to push out the heavy. It's like a recycling sign. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to keep moving. The energy's got to keep flowing. So it's really important to keep your body moving. It's really important to ground yourself through exercise and meditation and whatever it is that you do and connect with. But I really feel like somebody is mastering this. Now, I'm also getting up a business opportunity with this. So somebody could be actually thinking about going into their own business. Now, the Devil card for me is somebody who's very good at business and very good at what they do. And you could be taking on a spiritual position where you feel called to work for the divine. And you're like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to pursue it. And it's recognizing that. Like, you have the guidance and the faith to do it. You have the insight and the awareness and the wisdom to figure it out. I don't feel anything bad off of this Devil card. I don't. I actually feel more opportunity. Sorry about that. I just keep hitting that camera. And again, it could be your perspective that's changing. You're strategically, slowly moving towards something. I have the hiccups now. Okay. You're strategically moving towards something. Try not to control it. Try not to control it. There is a massive healing that is taking place. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could have Aquarius in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could have Capricorn in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Taurus, or you could have Taurus in your chart. There's a lot of earth energy and air energy on the board right now. We have the Ace of Cups. Now, if you're dealing with somebody from your past, and they're coming towards you, use your wisest discernment if somebody makes an offer to you. I feel like no matter what it is, you're going to do it anyway. Meaning you're going to use your discernment wisely. You know better. You've been through enough. You've been through enough with this person to know that. Especially with all of these growth cards here. If you're connecting with somebody from your past, look at how much growth you've gone through. Okay, this person sees that. And it's like, oh, they're doing well. Oh, fear of missing out. Knock, knock, knock. Here I am again. Use your wisest discernment. Hold on. You could be receiving communication from somebody. Taurus, Capricorn energy. We have the Nine of Swords. Somebody is very nervous. They've been holding on to something. Somebody's been strategizing on how to move forward with something. It's like there's some type of strategy involved here. Yeah, there's a strategy involved here. Somebody is very anxious on letting go of something. They're very anxious on letting go. I feel like there's an energy of a masculine who's in the background. This person's been watching you flourish, watching you grow. Be careful that this person isn't masking themselves as somebody who is like you, because underneath they might be the Devil card here, and I'm not calling this person the devil, but they might be doing one of these numbers where they're coming off like this, but they're like that, but they're like this, but they're like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, because that's how I'm seeing it. It's like, oh, I can be like this, but I can be like this. But I can be like this, but I could be like that. But I could be like this, but I could be like that. I don't know if you're connecting with somebody who maybe has struggled in the past, maybe with maybe mental health. Maybe there's a bipolar diagnosis here. Again, I don't dive too far into that kind of stuff because to each its own. However, I feel like you know already who this person is because they've been watching you at a distance. They've been holding on to something. They themselves have a lot of anxiety. However, they are looking at you like this. Hold on. They're looking at you like this. Look at that. That's beautiful. They see that growth, they see the colors, and they're attracted to it like a moth to a flame, right? So I feel like this person knows that you have that Ace of Cups. They recognize you're in a position of self-love, okay? You have the Ace of Cups. You are the Ace of Cups. You are the epitome of Ace of Cups right now. And if you don't feel it, you are. You're vibing at that level. It's attracting something into you that could give you a lot of anxiety. This person has been planning this for a period of time. And again, I'm not saying that this person's like a Jekyll and Hyde type of situation, but I feel like this person definitely has battled their own. They have their own battle that they've been through. Could be a little narcissistic. But equivalently, though, this person is just as spiritual as you are. It could be on a different level. It could be more religious than spiritual. But whatever the case is, you guys are mirroring each other. And so I do feel like there are, especially over the adjacent possibilities card, I feel like there's possibility for true happiness and love. It is here, but you have to use your best discernment because there's something tricky about it. There's some type of justice that's involved. And again, this is somebody from your past. I really feel that strongly. It's not clear to you quite yet with the Moon card. There's secrets that have been held. This person could have gone through a major transformation and they're coming towards you to offer you something grounded and stable, but it's something little. Like they're not going to go in like gung-ho, like, you know, they're not going to dive in head first. They're going to dip their toes in and they're going to see how it goes. And they're going to take their time and they're going to build. This person could have gone through, I feel like they did either way go through a spiritual transformation, but I feel like it was, I don't know why, but I feel like it was not, it might not be done yet. I don't know if this person's, somebody's transformation is still like in progress. So I feel like somebody still has a little bit of growing left to do, which might be why this Seven of Pentacles and this Four of Pentacles is here, because there's still something that they're holding on to. There's still anxiety. But see, there's love here, and that's what's kind of throwing me off. Maybe you've been holding on to this person for a long time, and it's like, is it too good to be true? But I feel like it's you have to use your best discernment. If this person has done the work and you feel it and you know it, then absolutely, like, you know, use your intuition and make your best decision that you can. But if you have a feeling that this is kind of like a cycle, like in the past, this is actually kind of like a test where it's like, okay, like you've gotten this far, and now here's the final test. Can you move past this? Can you let this go? Because person's not ready yet. Like, what are you going to do? It's like one of those situations where it's like you have the power. Like, you hold the power. You hold the basketball is in your court, essentially. Like, the ball is in your court. And that's why I feel like this person's being very strategic. But I also feel like this person's also being, oh, that's kind of sweet. That's actually kind of sweet. This person is being mindful of your healing, and they don't want to interfere. Like, this person does not want to interfere with your growth and your healing. Like, they want to make sure that you're where you need to be before they kind of come in and confuse you. It's like this person just really doesn't want to confuse you. So it's like they want to give you as much space and as much time as you need, because it's like they've been watching you for a long time. It could have been a couple years that this person's been kind of like in and out of your life, but they want to make sure that like you're doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. There's something like diligent about what it is that you're doing when it comes to like this work that you're doing. Like, I don't know if you're in a program or if you're in therapy or if you're doing something that's regimented, and it's like this person understands that there's a process involved. So this person recognizes that, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna, pick and choose my words wisely until I know for sure that this person is in a different position. So actually, that's kind of sweet. You know what I mean? Because like this person is considerate of where you are and doesn't want to interfere with your mental health. So I actually kind of think that that's a little bit, more considerate than most. Because some people don't really give a shit about your mental health, and they're like, hey, let me just screw up your head for a little bit and then leave. And it's like, no, this person is, they're purposely staying on the sidelines because they want you to build, they want you to be successful, they want you to grow and flourish. So maybe you might have misjudged this person in the past, and so they might be coming back around to prove a point, being like, I'm not the same person that I was, or I'm not the person that you thought I was. Like, there's something about it that they're showing you something through their actions, but they're not telling you. So pay attention to that. Like, watch somebody's actions, because their actions will speak louder than their words. So, yeah, other than that, that's really what I got for you guys. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Thank you guys so much for your patience and your support, and thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes, and thank you so much for the comments. It means the world to me. Yeah, hang in there, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care.